The final day, it was judged in my favor. He gave all my money that he's due all those months of curtaining.
You're lucky.
Yeah. Honestly, it's God, babe, because people told me they've never heard it, they've never seen it. Yeah. They kept asking me. I became a consultant. People were sending me WhatsApp messages like, how did you do it in court? And all of that. I remember when I gave my testimony in church, also so many people started coming severally, and I was advising them. I mean, it made me to read a lot about the laws of the land. And that's when I understood that actually their labor laws do protect us, but most Africans are ignorant.
Very ignorant to it, yeah.
I started in a bed space, but let's not have the mindset like Africans to always remain there. Like I was saying, I met people that were earning even up to 6,000 dirhams and they were still in the bed space. Yeah. Because I don't know if it's that they feel in control or something. And what I understood after moving to Dubai Internet City is that we think bed space is cheaper, but it's not. It's not. It's as good as you going to get a bed space, same thing in Jumeirah, but then you have washing machine, you have some of this comfort that you don't have to stress like other people, because the time you travel from Abu Hail down, you need to cross all 3 zones. That's like 300 dirhams. If you add to 350, so if you add to your 650 that you're paying, that's 1,000. That's a good space you can get in Marina or downtown, and you're comfortable because the internet is inside, all of that.
Because even with these rooms in villas, you think that, oh, it's cheap. It's not cheap. When you compare it to the apartment, it's not, trust me.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap at all.
That was a real eye-opener for me. It's not cheap. It's even, the villas are way more expensive, and that's why some people remain there, because they really make good money from the people that stay there. So I moved from the villa, then I started considering now getting my own apartment. Because again, that's the thing with growth. Growth also is a mindset. There are people that just feel like I'm growing just money-wise. No, it's a mindset. Everything should shift.
Some people just want to see that money in their account, and it should not shake. You understand me? And that's why they don't have that growth mentality. For me, I was tired. Every day, no light, moving from one place to another, and I had a lot of stuffs. I'm just like this. I'm carrying cargo. What's all this nonsense about? I was so tired. And they will normally do that at the peak,
or after they've received your pay for that month. After you just paid the rent.
You've just paid the rent, and then. So I was so tired. That's why you see me here.
And the peak of summer. Yeah. At the peak of summer, when, oh my God. It was really crazy.
As you were saying about Abu Hail, it's good for starters, but when you've started and you see that your income has increased, leave the place, because environment plays a very important role.
Especially, see, it does, because like in Abu Hail, there are people that make you know that it's only a cleaner job you can get.
Definitely.
Like, I don't know why they make it look like it's some law that if you come to Dubai, you must start like a cleaner or a nanny or a waitress. See, there's nothing wrong with these jobs, for sure, nothing.
They are not budgeting.
The pay is way decent compared to our countries, right? But I'm saying that there's no law that says that's where you should start. But when you're in Abu Hail, I promise you, Abu Hail or in some areas in Satwa, they make you believe like that is it.
That's life for Africans here, of which is not true.
Yeah, and maybe even the person you're staying with, because that's the kind of job they have, they don't want you to have something more than them. Like, you just came which day, and now, I had that a lot. I
was saying here in my previous videos, I said there were jobs I've never applied for. You see, this waitress job, I tried once and it did not go. And even when they tried to buy me a waitress job, and I went there and put water above the brim, let me just put it that way, and I was like, this is not for me. I'll carry tray and it will just be like, plates will just be falling left and right. I was like, auntie, please, I no go fit, make I go. No, I offered myself to leave. I offered myself to leave because I could not. And then there was one time that I was in this country for 17 months without a job, and that was when I said, okay, since I'm applying for this one, it's not coming, let me even try cleaner. And I still applied for the cleaning work and it did not still come. So I just give up.
Oh my God. I never had an interview once for cleaner.
I applied for it once and it did not come. I was like, okay, it did not come. Let me rest. Because I was thinking that maybe I'm seeing myself so
Too
high
high,
up
yeah.
there. Let me try and see, maybe if I apply for these other lower ones, I'm going to be, they did not still call me. You understand me? So chill, okay?
Oh my God.
Just chill. So I have the next question. Would you say your road to success would have been better if you went to the UK, if you went to Germany, if you went to Sweden? Because some people have this notion that that is where things are happening. That's where success is. That's why some people come to the UAE and they don't embrace UAE. They don't want to embrace the country because it starts with you embracing the country. You see, we have so many people with so many nasty talks about Dubai, of which that's not true. If you really want to look at Dubai in it, that's not it.
That's not it.
Yeah. So would you say that your journey would have been better if it were somewhere else?
No. See, the thing is, for me, when I left, right, before coming, I told God, if you don't go with me, I don't want to go.
Definitely.
And the way everything worked out, I came to understand that this is where God wants me to be per time. Because I did CIMA, which is a UK certification. And most people were like, oh, with that, you should be able to go. I know friends that went to the UK around the same time. And each time they see me back home for holiday, I'm like, but you just went out.
Yeah.
How come you're home for holiday? I'm like, yeah, I'm home for holiday. I've been able to save up. I'm home for holiday. I feel if I was in another country, it wouldn't have been this way.
Okay.
Why?
Tell them,
Because I see
the mentality we have.
The mentality is too wrong. I've seen people here that have left something great and they've moved because they felt this was going to be better. And some have gone and come back.
Yeah, I know of
I
one.
promise you. I know people that have gone.
and come
Some
back.
have gone to the UK and they've come back to Dubai.
Let me just cut you short. See, UK has been, I don't want to like badge UK, but UK has been one place that has never, it has never been in, like with me at all. UK, no. UK, you cannot tell me anything about UK and I accept. I'm just like, from looking at their apartments, first of all, let me start there. It's like box match. I'm just like, why are your apartments so tiny? You cannot even, it's like Bedspace. What's this? I'm so sorry.
A civilized bed space.
But that's it.
So for me, I even had people that had left. They've gone to Sweden, they've gone to Germany and all of that. But when you speak to them, you know that. I remember speaking to someone recently that left and went to Canada. And she expressly told me, this is my colleague, because she left and then she went to, we were working in the same company before, she went to another one, then they left and went to Canada. And she told me, she said, I regret going to Canada, but this is my reality, I have to face it. She said, where I was in Dubai, I was here, and now I've come back like almost, I'm at 60% of what I was. And that's not life, because for me, I believe life is progressive. It's not you're going front and coming back, no. I'm a God person. The Bible says the path of the just shines more and more. So I need to be constantly making progress. And that's what people don't understand. It's not about really the country that you are in. It's about you as a person. Because there are some people that are not flourishing. They've not done anything to improve themselves in Dubai. And they think when I get to the US, it's going to... No, you go to the US and still become a cleaner. Because you've not just improved on yourself. It's not, I really, really believe that this is where I was supposed to be. And that's why I've been able to do the things I've been doing. And I'm able to impact, I don't think it's US or UK or Canada or Australia. I think UAE is perfect. Because see, another thing is, like you said, people don't embrace it. And that's why the land cannot produce for them. There's a simple thing, the Bible says, pray for the good of the land, because in its prosperity is your own prosperity. A place that you don't appreciate cannot bless you. Definitely. For example, if I come on this show now and bashing it, there's no way you're going to invite me back. Never. That's it. Serious. Because nobody wants to be with people that don't value them. It's the same thing. A country is not going to embrace you if you don't receive the country.
Definitely.
So I think, honestly, I bless God for Dubai. I bless God.
Yeah, because the truth is, we see Africans when they are going through a lot, they just speak anyhow. We talk a lot. We just talk. It's the bad. If this place was like your country, you wouldn't be here.
You would have remained.
Yeah, you wouldn't be here. Trust me.
Oh my God.
You are here because it's way better than where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So at least give them the grace, please.
Start small, give them the grace, and improve on yourself to grow. Don't blame the country for not growing.
Yeah, because
the thing is, you know why I really think this country has it is because Even people that came here and they were almost like, this is me. I didn't even go to university. The country offers you an opportunity where only with a certification, your life can turn around overnight. I don't know if I told you that story of a guy that he was a security guy earning 800 dirhams, and he took that money to do nebosh. And his next job, he went for an interview after he finished the nebosh. His contract was almost finishing the security place. He got a job for 10K. This guy was flipping. He was shouting on the altar. He says his family's life has changed, and he brought his siblings, and they're doing okay. But there are some people that security, they'll keep cursing Dubai and they remain there. No, it's not the country, it's you. It's you as a person.
Yeah. So with your sea of experiences, like, would you say that UAE shaped you in one way or the other?
A lot. A lot. Like I said, the first time I saw a Mac computer,
was in the UAE, even me.
Was in the UAE, and then to use it, I didn't understand that it's not like it's very difficult.
It's hard.
And to talk less of doing a PDF or trying to do some. God, it's hard. I don't know how people.
When I was working with the real estate, when I was staying with you guys, it was Mac. We're using my Mac.
No way.
Like everywhere was Mac.
No, for me, that was, I knew that, you see that little HP laptop you have, you're joking, you haven't even seen live.
Yeah.
So for me, there was that exposure to this can be live, this is reality. I'm seeing things that is changing my mindset. And that's the thing I like about, I tell people the way I see God in UAE, I don't see God in Africa like that. This is a desert, and I go to literal, I'm going to the beach, and it's blue, it's clean. How? So the country itself just opens my mind to the endless possibilities of what I can become.
Definitely.
Yeah. So for me, it's
amazing.
It is. We are not saying it doesn't have limitations, but I'm saying that I choose to focus on the positives and I move. You know?
And you've kept on moving.
I kept on moving, and I'm still moving. I'll keep moving.
Okay, so what were your yardsticks to success? Do you have like maybe some people will say they were so focused, they had goals. So what were yours?
For me, the thing is, I've always believed. I remember when I was little, my uncle kept calling me little manager. You know, my dad kept telling me, "You love business. You'll be a business person." And there's nowhere in Dubai you don't see business. This is a business place. And for someone like me that likes business, what I know is, if God does not go with you, you cannot prosper. Yeah. So I kept God at the center of everything. Even though I was going through challenges I showed up every day. Because God is not going to bless disobedience. And that's what we don't understand, because even believers that are in Dubai, they do some of these things. You start skipping work because you think, no, I kept going to work every day, even though it wasn't convenient. Because I didn't want to give the enemy the upper hand. If things fall apart, I'm not going to. So I kept trusting God, even in the hard times, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Every opportunity I had to improve myself, I was doing it. I remember when there was one job I went for, and they gave me an Excel to work on. The salary was going to be 4K. And that was before I got the first job. The salary was supposed to be 4K. But when I went, because of my Excel, I lost it. I could work on Excel, but I didn't know there were things like pivot tables, all those dynamics. So when I left from the VLOOKUPs and the rest, I had to go back home and I started studying. Now, if I hadn't encountered that, maybe I wouldn't have, it's not important, I wouldn't have learned it. So those things, I would say UAE has really shaped me. So it was about God and about taking steps to personally develop as a human being. I wanted to develop myself. So be it VLOOKUP, I had to take time to improve on my PowerPoint presentations because I do lots of presentations. I remember I used to host conferences then. So it's what I need in the job. So I had to do it. I was really learning. I took online courses on how to be a good customer, because I started from front desk before I started progressing. So I had to take courses on how I could become, an excellent customer service person, with better ways of communication, because that's what we don't do as Africans. You shouldn't go to interview anyway. The way we dress sometimes is what is our disadvantage.
We were going to say that we have a question for that.
Oh, really? Okay. So for me, there were those things. I knew where I was going to. I know the family I was coming from, and I knew that I want to give my family the best. I want to help orphans and widows. So I know I'm not just working for myself, so I cannot relent. Definitely. Every step to become better, I was keeping to that.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing. So with your experiences and your successes, would you advise someone to come to the UAE?
Yes. Without blinking, I would say yes. But before you come, if you're consulting me before coming, there are some things I'll tell you, okay, do like this, do like this. First, I need to understand what do you want to become. If you want to become a top chef, then I'm going to give you a different kind of advice on that line. You know, get your culinary skills ready, you know, do some basic, teach yourself stuff. Let's say if you want to come to Dubai, maybe to be a real estate agent or stuff like that. Okay, when you come, I'll tell you, okay, save and do this course, understand the market, don't focus about the money. You know, there are some jobs that people get in real estate that there is no salary. So it's what you make. But there's a lot you could learn from that stage. So I always tell people, when you come to Dubai, the focus where you're starting should not be your sole priority. It's okay if you start small, but you must not start small, but it's okay if you start small. But be sure that you will grow because you understand where I'm going to. So I'll tell you, please come. But when you're coming, get your foodstuffs ready. You will need it. African foodstuff is expensive. You will need it. Also prepare that, okay, I'm going to stay in a bed space if I cannot afford an apartment. And the bed space must not be in a villa in Abu Hill, please. There are bed spaces in Borjuman, in Dubai Marina. They are. So I will tell you, this is how the accommodation situation is. This is it. But Dubai is not a place for lazy people. So I will tell you that. It's not in Cameroon where you just see that, call uncle, send me 10,000. No. Nobody send you 5 dirhams here. Nobody has that time. Everybody's hustling. So I'll tell you, come, but be ready to do the needful.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what advice would you give the West Africans, because we are from that descent, right? Just give an advice to our African brothers and sisters. So what would the advice be?
So my advice after all these years in Dubai will be that we can do better. And we are better in several ways than some of the people I've met. I've met people in some companies I've worked before that they can't even speak the English we speak.
Definitely.
So that already is an advantage, but we don't always sell ourselves up to that par. I've gone to offices where the HR managers, even the directors, they are Africans, you know, Kenyans. I've met Ghanaians, you know. So it's possible that we can be this, but it will take us to know that I can be there and coordinate myself appropriately. Because the truth is, some of us do cause a nuisance, which is what tends to limit other people. We sell jobs to ourselves.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate.
We can't grow. That's why, see, we need to work together. One thing I love about the Filipino community is, if there's a job, I promise you they call their person first, unless there was a strict rule that no Filipino. And even if there are sales in the supermarkets, they call their people, they tell you there's sales. But for Africans, no. We can go buy it and come and resell. So if we can really work together, then I'm not saying we're going to be hugging each other, but I'm saying just help your fellow human being if you can help. And above all, don't limit yourself. There are lots of opportunities and possibilities. We know ourselves where we are coming from, right? We cannot tell you guys all the G's, but we know. There are nights where you just struggle. They want you see to eat. If you can't eat, sleep. Life will go on. But now we can be able to just eat, or maybe even get on a diet, because we've learned along the line. So growth is very possible to our community, but let's stop causing trouble. Let's stop limiting ourselves, and let's support each other.
Definitely. And grooming too is another thing with us Africans. So can you chip in there?
That's a big topic.
Grooming.
That's a big topic.
On every aspect.
On every aspect. Like I said, the way we talk, the way we dress, our approach, the harshness, the violence. There's a lot of grooming that we need. I promise you, there are places I go to, and even when I'm talking on phone constantly, when they come and they are surprised that, hey, this is me.
Yeah, me too.
They're surprised it's an African. They're like, oh, did you study abroad? I'm like, it's Cameroon all along. Right in Cameroon, you know. But there's been a grooming that, apart from, let's say, maybe this is God endowed, but there's been a grooming that I've consciously, I remember there were times I was learning how to speak properly, and how I can, maybe if I want a British accent, how should it go? These are videos available, so I'm grooming myself because of where I want to go, not because I'm trying to impress people, you know, but it's just some things that you can learn to give a little flavor to who you are. So we need a lot of grooming. Sometimes we are too loud.
We talk a lot. We post things that are not relevant at all. It's only Africans that you see posting bed spaces, people making whatever they are making, and beds are making noises. And I'm just like, who lives in bed spaces more than the other nationalities?
The other people are more than us, but
yes,
you never see them
you you'll never see them making videos about that. Filipinos are in bed spaces with their families, and they'll even build.
And it's okay.
And they'll even build upstairs in that bed space. With their grandmothers, their mothers, and everybody. Indians are there, 4 couples in one room. You will not hear one word.
Or they make some.
Africans, just small bed space. You've put it on TikTok. What's happening to us? When I see those things, it really makes me so sad.
It's really sad.
It really makes me so sad.
Do you know that even in the US, we say we have bed spaces? There are people in the US, I'm talking about in New York City, I'm talking, this is life.
Yeah.
Life. My brother is there. You literally, they pass on people to go into toilet. You literally, this is not welfare. This is not home, you know, the homeless people. I'm talking about, this is where people are just laying their heads to wake up and work. But you've never seen anybody putting it, because they are too focused on what they are trying to achieve than where they are.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So for grooming, I promise you, it's a whole topic on its own, and it would just need, I don't know, some sort of transformation from I don't know how it's going to happen.
Generational change. Yeah. Generational change for some of us, because I tell you, when I see some...
Because when I was in Bedspace, only my family needs to know. I'm not trying, it's not that I'm hiding or I'm ashamed of where I'm living, but what's the point of that video? What is it? I'm not suffering, I'm breathing.
I mean, this is Dubai. This is always trying to tarnish the country that is feeding you. Some of us had our first employment here, so there's definitely no way that I will speak evil about this place, because my first employment is here. I was there roaming in my country, doing nothing. Honestly, that's the reality. I was doing nothing, but this country gave me a professional life. That's what I was yearning for, and I found it in another country. So why would I even
speak? Professional life with so much respect and growth, you know?
And why would I even try to speak evil about? But some of us, this is the battle. This is this.
That is, maybe that's there. Even you haven't even seen half of Dubai. You've not even gone to Dubai South or Dubai Hills. You've not even been anywhere. You just Abu Hail and Dera. That's it for some people. And
Sharjah. That's it for some people. And you start making videos from left, right, and center, and putting it on. I tire.
It's so sad when I see those. I just block those pages. Even I don't have the strength for it.
A lot of talking. What we have to really talk about, we don't even talk about.
We don't talk about.
We talk about irrelevant things.
You see those videos that they say, okay, this is what to do to get an interview. It doesn't even get that attraction. That's what you should spend your time doing, because we are here to work or to do business. So the knowledge you should be gathering should be around those things, and not, you know, it's sad.
Okay, so I have one more question for you. It's just like a pep talk, and I'll just ask you one question. That's what I do to many of my guests that come here. Like I just ask them one question. So what's your first Arabic language you learned in the UAE?
Shukran.
Oh, shukran. I thought you would have said Amabuhabu.
I think it's either shukran or fulus, money.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either thank you or money.
Okay, all right.
Because, you know, my first employment was Arabic, and I kept hearing shukran a lot. So I asked, and one Sudanese guy told me it means thank you. I think either fulus or shukran. One of those is my first Arabic word I learned.
Okay, so right now we come to an end of this episode, and Miss Giselle is on YouTube as well. So around the corner here, I'm going to post her YouTube link.
Thank you.
A very good YouTuber, and she speaks on God and how to change your life to be a God-fearing person. So I'll just put her description somewhere here. And so if you're wondering that who's this beautiful lady speaking, my name is Naomi T, and we are live in Dubai, UAE, the city of blinks and the city of lights. So to join my community, just press on the red button, subscribe, and you're definitely going to join it. And if you like what you see, click on the like button, and you'll be seeing many more of Dubai experiences and lifestyle and other good stuffs. So stay tuned, and bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.